The host for the evening, I feel honored to share the students' achievements and celebrate all students' extraordinary performances. With excellent performances, all the participants prove that everyone is a winner.
Welcome everyone. I'm privileged to stand here in front of all of you, and I feel extremely honored to be here, telling the achievements of the students who have been so proud of the schools and parents. This is our first time having this event, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank members of Peaceful Unification Advisory Council Seattle Chapter for organizing this venue with a new event about the importance of unification of the Korean Peninsula. I truly believe that this experience will not only empower your ability to start encouraging others to be peaceful, you will wake people up with different ideas how we can all come together for better solutions. It's now time to recognize and to celebrate the achievements of the students,
as well as all Americans, on the importance of peaceful unification of the Korean Peninsula. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the students who have participated, who are participating in today's event, to contribute to thoughts and wisdom to achieve peaceful unification in the Korean Peninsula. My thanks also goes to all the members of the Peaceful Unification Advisory Council for the efforts to strengthen the bonds with the new generation of the United States to raise the importance of peaceful unification of the two Koreas. We are here today to raise awareness on the issues pertaining to the Korean Peninsula, where we still face conflicts between the divided Koreas. Ladies and gentlemen, North Korea's nuclear development is a matter of serious concern to the international community that not only threatens peace and security of the Korean Peninsula, Northeast Asia, and the international community, but also undermines the foundation of the international non-proliferation regime. The South Korean government will continue its efforts to achieve complete denuclearization and the establishment of a permanent and solid peace regime on the Korean Peninsula with the international community such as the United Nations and its neighboring countries on the basis of its close coordination with the United States.
As President Kim said, we are here to celebrate your outstanding performance in expressing your perceptions on the issues caused by the division of the peninsula and the reasons why we need to pursue peaceful unification. The goal of the contest was to listen and learn from youth that how they are looking at the division, what might be the possible solution to reunite the Korean Peninsula. So they, 17 of the students submitted completed presentation from 4 schools in Tacoma School District. The committee reviewed all those 17 presentations. It was in written and it was PPT and they had to present, so we saw the video. And unfortunately, we had to select only 8 of the students. And 3 teachers throughout the entire process was there to support us. We thank you for your support. And wars can pose serious threats to human rights and economic development. More than 3,000 civilians died in Ukraine, including children. Many of them died not knowing why they're dying. A war in a country 6,000 miles away, the Ukraine, you may think it is far away, but it is driving United States. The living cost is higher, and we're pushing more of our friends and families out to the street. So we are all connected. In America, where it is free, and then our freedom of speech is given. And then we do not realize that that is the privilege until we know that in some countries people has to fight for it. Some people die fighting for it. And the privilege comes with responsibility. That means all of you who has a privilege to express yourself has a responsibility to be the voice of them. We need to be the voice of those people who cannot speak for them. So we really appreciate you submitting all those presentations, and then we're listening to your voices, and then we may implement your ways that we may be pursue the potential unification. But we're asking you to please continue to think about our people.
Given by Deputy Counsel General of the Consulate General in Seattle, Mr. Hyun Sang-an. To UN Hyuna. Let's give it a big round of applause.
Nice.
The President. Thank you. Peaceful Unification presentation contest held at Washington State. By President Sung-Hoon Kim. Let's give it a big round of applause. Mr. Markovich for taking Bronze Award during the 2022 Peaceful Unification presentation contest held at Washington State. Let's give it a big round of applause for taking Bronze Award during the 2022 Peaceful Unification presentation contest held at Washington State. Let's give it a blue Peaceful Unification presentation contest held at Washington State. Let's give it a big round of applause. For during the 2022 Peaceful Unification presentation contest held at Washington State. Let's give it another big round. On behalf of Jacob and O. Let's, with the Internet Academy teacher, with deepest gratitude for your commitment to the support, the Peaceful Unification Presentation Contest 2022, we thank you for, on behalf of the Peaceful Unification Advisory Council, Seattle Chapter. With the deepest gratitude for the commitment to the support to the Peaceful Unification Presentation Contest 2022, we thank you on behalf of the Peaceful Unification Advisory for the Peaceful Unification Presentation Contest 2022. We thank you on behalf of the Peaceful Unification Advisory Council, Seattle Chapter. Let's give it a big
안녕하세요, 유원입니다. Today I'll be presenting about the Korean Reunification. I'll go over how it started, North and South Korea now, the differences between them, benefits and disadvantages from reunification, and a little message from me. After World War II ended in 1945, Korea had gained freedom from Japan and was no longer under their control. Their happiness was soon to be shut down after the decision made by Soviet Union and US to split Korea into two zones, North and South. Korean division caused family separation and people living under distress. People's life in North Korea now has been very restrained. They have little to no freedom. People trying to escape every day. Failing escaping attempt leads to death. Their diets are also very poorly. It was estimated 1 to 3 million people starved to death from the time span 1995 to 1998. They are also among the poorest people in the world. People life in South Korea now is very much like here in the US. They have lots of freedom and isn't restricted to much things. North and South Korea have lots in common. Their language is almost the same, culture, food, and tradition is very similar, yet there might be more differences than similarities. For example, North Korea discouraged borrowing words from other languages, strictly forbids skinny jeans, miniskirt, and particular hairstyle, and it's harder to access Wi-Fi there, and you can only find Korean people that live there. While in the South, they use words from other languages and adjust it to their own. It's restricted to any style of clothing. It's easier to access Wi-Fi there, and you can find way more than just Korean people that live there. These are the benefits we get out of reunification. Family can reunite. Korea would be more powerful if they reunite. North has natural resources to offer to the South, and in return, South has advanced technology to offer to the North. Even though there's great benefits we get out of this, there are some problems we're running into. To reunite a country, it costs a lot of money. But since the United States support Korean reunification, and as one of the richest countries in the world, they're able to give hand. But then, it leads us to another problem. A country that's been separated for many decades has led people to have different perspectives, and since they were raised differently, education will be harder. Since the new generation is our hope, we must provide them with best education.
Thank you, Ms. Young. That was such a great presentation. No wonder you received the Gold Award. Thank you. So next, we'll get an opportunity to see the
Products from eyeshadow, lipstick, blush, and much more. Impact. This has helped many Korean people become more confident in their beauty in America, and not just that, the imports of products to America have given a lot of money to Korea for these skin and makeup products that people purchase in America. Technology. Technology advance. Korea is one of the countries that has top advanced technologies when it comes to AI, phones, computers, and much more. And they still are growing every day. Mobile phones. With the advanced technology in Korea, you can imagine that smartphones are very helpful and efficient and far more advanced than the ones in America. Impact. This technology has helped Korea because many people in America need more helpful technology, so they will buy from Korea. Also, this gives Koreans the spotlight of the technology field, showing how much they can do with time and resources for advanced technology.
I am in the 7th grade and I go to Baker Middle School, and my presentation will be about the necessity for the peaceful unification of the Korean Peninsula, also known as 한반도 평화통일. The Korean Peninsula. Korea is divided by the Korean Peninsula, which makes two different sides of the country. North and South Korea separated when the Korean War took place. How the Korean War started is that the Korean War started on June 25th, 1950. The leader of North Korea sent 75,000 troops to invade South Korea. The aftermath. The war momentarily ended on July 27th, 1953, with an agreement on both sides, although an actual peace treaty hasn't been confirmed or signed. The Korean Peninsula Unification. June 15, 2000 was the day that the presidents of North and South Korea made an agreement to build a peaceful reunification. Reasons for the reunification is that Korea as a whole will be a firm and peaceful region, Korea would have a huge economy, and Korea would be a nuclear-free country.
TMC.